I'm Cathy Williamson, and I'm with Goodwill Works, and this is our Issues and Insights segment. And my guest today is Ms. Kristen Abell. Kristen is the program manager for Goodwill Works. Thank you so much for joining us and visiting with us and telling us all about your program. So Kristen, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure, and I want to just say thank you for having me. I'm honored to be here. My name is Kristen Abell. I am the Career Resource Center Manager with Goodwill Works Satellite Office here in Hardin County. It was formerly referred to as Way to Work, formerly the Way to Work program. That has recently changed, but I've been with Goodwill for a little over 2 years, working here in Hardin County. Prior to that, I was the Outreach Education and Enrollment Coordinator with the KIP to Connect program in Louisville. I received my bachelor's degree from U of L in psychology in 2011. And since that time, I've worked primarily in the social work field, but I have to say that working in Hardin County has been especially rewarding. The people here are just so wonderful.
We have some good folks in Hardin County, don't we?
That is so true. The small town feel is amazing, and everyone is just so welcoming and great. So
Absolutely. So you mentioned Way to Work.
Yes.
It was here in Hardin County, so tell us a little bit about that
Sure.
program.
Yeah, so United Way and Goodwill partnered in 2019 to bring Way to Work to Hardin County. That was a replication of Cincinnati Works. So Cincinnati Works has been around for about 25 years. In Cincinnati, they also have satellite programs, replication programs across the country. The goal of that program is to eliminate poverty in the communities in which those programs are housed. And so in 2019, United Way went to Cincinnati, got that information, brought it back to Hardin County, and then partnered with Goodwill to open the Way to Work program. That program has since, it's been going here for about 3 years now. Since that time, about 144 people have gone through the program.
Wow, that's a good number of
Yes,
folks that have
yes.
actually gone through the class, went through all of the different requirements and graduated. And then went on to having a career coach assigned.
Correct.
And found employment.
Yes.
That's a great number.
Yes, it is definitely something to be super proud of. We've definitely been successful here in the community, and we've seen that there is a need for some career coaching and barrier removal, especially with some of the things that may be not lacking, but a greater need. So housing, especially, and then transportation is something that we've also seen as an issue in Hardin County that people just need a little assistance with. And so that is where the Way to Work program came in, to help people to just eliminate those barriers and try to figure out a solution for getting back into stable employment.
Well, and those of us that have been involved in the community, the workforce development pieces and all of that, transportation, I can remember for years we've talked about getting a bus system in Hardin County, and just still haven't been able to get that to come to the table. But with the Goodwill Works program, though, we're able to offer transportation for our participants to come to class for the amount of time they come to class, to come to visit with their career coach, and then even after they find employment, we're able to move that transportation on as well.
Definitely, yes, and that is something that we aim to do with everyone that comes through. We want to pair them with that career coach that's going to follow along with them and not give up on them, not just throw in the towel when times get tough, but to keep figuring out solutions to any issues that might pop up along the way, because getting back into employment or becoming stable and moving up the ladder inside of a company is not easy, and it takes a lot of conversations with that career coach to figure out a plan to help that person along that pathway. And so that's what the program primarily is aiming to do.
Absolutely. You know, folks come into the program, they get a job, and then there's issues that come to the table. And I've actually heard our career coaches working with the person and the person at the employment, trying to work out solutions and see what they can, if they can get things moving forward with them.
Definitely.
All right, so we talked about the grant, and now where Goodwill Works is the program itself. What were were there some changes that came about because of that?
Yes. So in March, our grant with United Way ended, but Goodwill still saw a need here in Hardin County to offer those same sorts of services. And so when that grant ended, Goodwill kicked in at 100%. They came through, they said, you know, we really want a presence here in Hardin County. We see a need, and we feel like we can fill that need. And so when that grant ended, some changes occurred.
Okay.
So the program is hopefully going to expand to include a broader population. Prior to this change, individuals had to be 18 and older. And also there were a few other stipulations. We've now lowered that age to 16 and up. And so we hope with that lowering of the age requirement, that will bring in some additional individuals that really aren't sure exactly where to turn maybe once they get out of high school. If they don't have a college pathway already mapped out, that we can come step in and figure out, you know, what is a great career that you can start in now and work your way up so that by the time you're at retirement age, you're ready to retire, so that you're not job hopping constantly. Because we feel like it's really important that once someone gets into a job, that they stay there. You know, that helps with vacation time to be accrued. That's always important.
That's important.
Retirement, you know, you want to stay pretty consistent and pay into that retirement so that you are able to retire at a decent age and that you don't have to work you know, as long. And
you have to be a full-time employee to be eligible for insurance.
Right.
And you know, not only health insurance, but dental insurance, life insurance.
Sure.
You know, you have to have been there a certain amount of time to be eligible for those things. So that's all the benefits of becoming a full-time employee.
Definitely.
At these locations. Okay.
Yes.
So it changed to 16, and we're actually reaching out. In fact, last week there was a job fair.
Yes.
With the Hardin County school system, and we had a table there.
Yes.
So that we could talk to the students that maybe have decided college is not their path. They're going to go into other types of jobs. They want to go into welding, or they want to go get trades. If they wanted to go into the trades. And so we had a lot of students that visited with us about how do we get those pieces? How do we know about what to do if that's our path, if that's the direction that we want to go.
So a traditional, you know, an office job or something like that is not always right for every person. And trades are a great opportunity that sometimes are overlooked. College is not always the best pathway for every single person. And, you know, trades are definitely in high demand right now and offer a lot of great benefits. And that's something that, you know, people may overlook, but it's a great opportunity for them to check out.
And our workforce needs that.
Exactly.
I mean, if you go down Ring Road right now, the flags are out. Everyone's hiring, and those are the folks they need to fill those positions. Okay, so we talked about it changed to 16, and then you mentioned the Resource Center. Tell us what that's going to be about.
Yeah, so beginning this year, we have created a Career Resource Center. And our hope with that Resource Center is that we can assist a broader audience with resume building, or if someone needs a computer to do a job application, or assistance with figuring out how to complete a job application. They can come to our office. It's open to anyone. They can use our computers, printers, and then in addition to that, they can also come in, and we're hoping to bring in some community partners that can offer resources and that can pair up with those people that come to our office, so that they can get the services that they need in our office instead of having to travel to multiple locations throughout the community. That is hard if somebody doesn't have transportation to go to multiple places for multiple things. So we're hoping that we can just bring those resources to one location. They can come to us. They can get assistance with maybe some housing, you know, food, medical, anything that may be a struggle right now for them, and we can help them to find those resources.
Well, and that's the piece, Kristen, is having the connections, knowing about the other agencies.
Sure.
I know you're involved in the interagency meetings.
Yes.
And so we know about all of the different agencies that are out there. And when someone comes in, they might not know what's available in Hardin County.
Sure.
And just making those connections, giving them the telephone numbers, making the calls for them, helping them get those answers. That's important.
Right.
So it's that additional services that we know about that they may not know are available in Hardin County.
Definitely, and we call that a warm handoff. So we want to make that connection for the individual. Sometimes it's very overwhelming when you give someone a list and say, okay, here are 10 different places to call, make sure you complete that list. That's overwhelming for someone, and somebody may make a few calls and then just give up. We sit and we pair that person with a career coach so that career coach can step in and make those calls on the behalf of the individual, so that we can make sure that we're checking in and providing that follow-up so that we know, okay, you had an appointment with a therapist, how did that go? So that if that appointment were to be canceled or that person couldn't make it, that we can help reschedule. We just want to be that helping hand.
Yeah, just holding that hand and just kind of keeping it going.
Sure.
Because once they leave our office, life kind of kicks in.
Exactly.
And having someone give them a call and remind them about something, or at least just kind of helping them be accountable for those pieces.
Right.
To get those pieces all put in place. Okay. So one of the things we talked to the young folks about was also soft skills.
Sure.
And so let's talk a little bit about the soft skills program.
Yes. So soft skills is a 1.5-day training that's offered in our office. And that's going to teach attitude, what is a positive attitude to have on the job, what are some coping mechanisms in case there is an issue that may arise so that you can maintain employment. Dependability, how to show up on time, what do I do if I get sick or if my child gets sick and I don't have a backup plan? How do I call my employer and let them know? Teamwork, how do I get along with coworkers on the job? What skills may I need if there's just somebody that I just can't stand but I have to work with every day? Let's see, conflict resolution. Again, how to get along if there's something challenging. Safety, how to work safely, because that's always important, especially if you're working in a fast-paced environment or in a warehouse setting or something like that. And so all of these soft skills are things that you may think would be common sense, but this just gives you a refresher, and it may give you some tips that you would not have known on your own. It's got a lot of very helpful tips. And if somebody were to come through and go through that soft skills class, that gives them membership into our Career Resource Center, so then they get unlimited use of our Career Resource Center at any time. If someone chooses to come through and they want to utilize the Resource Center, that's totally fine. They can use that up to 3 times without doing that soft skills training. But then if they want to continue to come back, they have membership for life once they've completed that soft skills.
Okay, so once that's done, then there's another session.
Yes.
That's called Good Start.
Correct.
So let's talk about what's available to them with Good Start.
Sure. Good Start is a week-long training. This is when they're paired with that career coach. So this is when they really get in depth into that employment portion. So going through Good Start, someone is going to be given the opportunity to build a great resume. They're going to be given some personality assessments and career readiness assessments like career scope, to figure out exactly what skill set they bring to the table, and then to figure out how that skill set will align with what they want to do long term. We're also going to figure out exactly where somebody falls in that digital literacy knowledge. So we'll give them some North Star assessments and things like that to figure out exactly how comfortable they are on a computer. And then we're going to also provide some mock interviewing. So we're going to bring someone in, they're going to interview with a staff member and be fully prepared for when they go into a job interview. What to say, what not to say, how to highlight yourself so that you come to the top of the candidate pool and that you have the best chance of being hired.
When I've talked to students that have come to the class and they did the mock interview, we've actually had them say that was the most beneficial, because we both know the more you practice, the better you get at things. And also having the opportunity to visit with them afterwards, and highlight the things they did well on, and maybe talk to them about things that the way they answered questions and how they presented themselves. So I've had folks say that was the biggest piece, is just because most of the time you do an interview and you never hear.
Exactly.
You hear you got the job or you didn't get the job, but you don't really know how you did during the interview. And nerves are a big thing.
Yes.
People get very nervous, and just having a friendly face to do the interview with, but then having that person give them that feedback, and getting to practice.
Yes.
Again, that's what comes back to me from students that say, I really appreciated the mock interview. And I've had them come back afterwards and ask again, let's do it again.
Right.
And
we can do it as many times as they need, because sometimes it really does. I mean, the questions that are asked in an interview, sometimes you're completely unprepared and you have no idea what to say, and you want to do it again. And let me try that. Maybe I'll say this next time. Let me see if this sounds better.
Maybe I won't say that and throw up a flag.
Right.
You really want to pick your answers. And the internet gives you all sorts of samples.
Right.
But you got to know the answers to the ones that are mostly asked, and so that just kind of gets you prepared, so you're not caught off guard.
And the questions that are asked from one job to another could be totally unrelated.
Different. Right.
So if you're looking at one career pathway and then you completely switch gears to another, the questions that are going to be asked in one interview may be totally different than the questions in another.
So that's the value of a mock interview.
Right.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yes.
So there's also visitors that come and talk to the group during the Good Start class.
Right.
Tell me about those
So
folks.
we have great visitors that come in during Good Start that have volunteered their time and talents to come and share with our class members. We have a Bound credit union that comes in. They do a financial literacy piece. That's great. It teaches the basics of finances. How to get a new checking account maybe opened up if someone's had bad credit, or how to balance your finances. And so it's a great opportunity. They come in weekly and they sit one-on-one with our individuals.
Yeah, the credit score is one of the bigger conversations.
Yes.
People will say, oh, I don't have a credit score. Oh, yes, you do.
Right.
Yes, you do. So that's very
Sometimes
educating.
we wish we didn't.
Right.
We don't want to look at it, but yes.
Okay, and then ECTC?
Yep, ECTC comes in. They'll talk about the offerings that they have, and then how to get financial aid if somebody is really interested in going to school. We know that school's super expensive in a lot of instances, and so they come in and they share the resources that are available, and how to get somebody back into post-secondary education in as affordable a way as possible. So
and some of the other things we see is folks will have started some classes and maybe moved away and then moved back, and they need to get those credits.
Sure.
And so the TRIO program helps them get those pieces put back in place.
Yes, TRIO is a great program. That is for first-generation college students, and they will sit down, work with someone to complete the FAFSA. They will look for any opportunities that are available in order to get somebody enrolled in school. And then, sometimes people have started college and they have thought, hey, this isn't for me, but instead of completely disenrolling in the class, they just think, oh, well, if I just stop going, it won't affect me. And they may have some outstanding debt.
I was thinking the credit report, and it's out there,
right.
And they talk about, she talks about how to get in touch with the financial aid folks,
right.
And get those payments going back again. Just a small payment will make a major difference on your credit report and get you back on track.
Yes.
And then UK TAP?
Yes, UK TAP comes in. They'll do an assessment for individuals, and then they'll try to figure out, if they have a dependent child, under the age of 18, what services are available for them if they qualify. So they can look across the board at mental health services and housing. So really it's a comprehensive way to figure out exactly what somebody's needs might be and to figure out what resources are available to fill those needs.
Wow. Wow. So that's Good Start.
Yes.
And then after Good Start, there's a program called RISE.
Yes.
And what does RISE stand for?
So RISE it stands for Reintegrating Individuals Successfully Every Day.
Okay.
So that is a job readiness program that is a 2-week course that is offered virtually. So someone does not have to be in our office to take that course. They can take it from home as long as they have a computer and internet access. But that is also a great resource. It creates a holistic approach to figuring out how to put someone back into the world of work if they've been out of work for an extended period of time, or if they maybe have just gotten out of a treatment program or out of jail or prison. You know, it's hard to jump back into the workforce.
Things have changed.
Exactly. And so this is just a way to really get a good grasp on where someone may be and to figure out what other helpful things might be available. So they will go through nutrition, they will go through mental health, communication. So they really want to focus on exactly where someone is, figure out what might be the most beneficial in the moment, and then provide those supportive services to that individual.
You know, just didn't know that all these programs were available right here in Hardin County.
Yes.
And what does this cost for someone to come through this
So
these classes?
There's no cost for anything that we offer. So anyone that comes through can have any of the services that we offer for free. That is something that we really strive to do, is to provide these services free of cost for anyone. We provide some additional supportive services. So transportation is definitely, like we mentioned earlier, a big issue. We're going to provide that transportation. If somebody is interested in coming to us just to get more information, give us a call. We can set up transportation to get you to our office. We also provide transportation for the trainings that we offer. So, you know, if somebody is interested in coming through the program but they don't have a car and they don't have family or friends that they can rely on, give us a call because we can set that up for you.
And then even after you graduate
Sure.
and you get employment,
Yes.
we can do transportation until they get their first full paycheck.
Yes, definitely. So say you start a new job and it's in the middle of a pay period, and you realize once you get that paycheck, I don't know how I'm going to pay for transportation next week. I don't have enough money in this paycheck. Well, we're going to make sure that we provide that transportation up through the first full paycheck that you receive, so that you can have enough money to put aside so that you can continue to carry on transportation on your own.
Okay. And you mentioned just now about in the RISE program, what if you had been in jail? What services do we have to help those folks?
Yes.
Like with expungement?
Yes. Goodwill offers expungement clinics bi-monthly. They partner with different community organizations. This current month, May 20th, is going to be an expungement clinic. They've partnered with Anthem to provide that, and it's all virtual. Everything is completely free, and the expungement clinics that Goodwill provides, if someone is eligible to have their record expunged, Goodwill will step in and find the funding available to get that done for them. So that's a great opportunity as well.
Folks just don't know what all Goodwill has under
Right.
the Goodwill umbrella.
Yes.
What are some of the, let's kind of shift gears a little bit. What are some of the other programs that are under the Goodwill umbrella that are now available in Hardin County because of this change?
Sure. Yes. So there are several programs that we get a lot of calls about. One of those is the Cars to Work program, which is a great opportunity for individuals if they're looking to purchase a vehicle.
Okay. Then the Last Mile to Work?
Yes, Last Mile to Work is a program that is, if somebody's not ready to purchase a car, but they still need a way back and forth to work, Goodwill will pair you with a bike that you can go and you can bike back and forth to work. So
And the retail, you know, everyone knows about Goodwill in the stores.
Yes.
But we also have the opportunity for folks that come through our program to work in the local Goodwill stores.
Yes.
And
the Goodwill stores have a great opportunity. So they will offer tuition reimbursement if someone wants to go back to school. And another program that was recently implemented is the Work and Learn program. So if someone does choose to go back to school, Goodwill will pay a certain amount of hours per week for that person, as though they were currently working, but you're actually in school. So up to, I think, 10 hours if you're actually in school that they'll pay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So shifting gears a little bit again, what if you're an employer and you're watching our program and you want to talk to us about putting those folks to work once
Definitely.
they've graduated the class?
Yes.
What does that involve?
Yes, so our employer partners are a crucial resource for us. So those employers have agreed to give us feedback once they hire our individuals. If they're interested in partnering with us, give us a call. We can give you more information.
Who are some of our employer partners?
Yes, so Baptist Health Hardin is one of our major, we are so thankful for them as an employer partner, but we have plenty of others. We have Altech, Matulsa, we have Office Pride, we have across the sectors, we have different employers because
there's
we want to
over
make
20 different
yeah,
companies.
there's almost 30. We have about
30.
28 employer partners.
Okay.
Yeah, and so we definitely want to make sure that we have a wide variety because we want to make sure that we figure out
And
exactly.
we want them to give us a call
Yes.
and tell us what the requirements are for them, and then we can pair our participants as they finish class
Yes.
and give them a call. So what does the future look like for us?
So
what kind of changes are happening?
Yes, the future is bright. We are hoping to expand because we are bringing in more individuals, opening it up to a wider age range. We're hoping to move to a new location. Due to COVID, we've had some restrictions in our office with the amount of people we can have, which I think everyone is experiencing right now. But we want to move to a bigger location and hope to get more people in. We are just so excited about all of the changes that are taking place. So there will be the same services are going to be offered, just expanded, and new name, new location. So we're really optimistic that things are really going to be great for the 2021 and beyond.
Okay. How does someone get in touch with you if they want to become an employer partner, or if they want to come to our program and start taking advantage of some of this?
Sure. So feel free to call our office. The number is 270-506-4950. We are in the basement of the Hardin County Health Department currently. That is
I love the way you say
change.
The basement. We're really in the lower level.
Right, lower level.
You come around to the back.
It's a nice office space.
I have windows. I'm not down in the dungeon.
Right.
I'm in the lower level.
It's a beautiful office.
You just come down the hill and come around back. It's absolutely beautiful
It's
office.
just a little hard to find. So yes, you've got to come around the back side of the building, come on in, but we're on Westport Road, 580D is our suite letter.
Okay.
So they can drop by or they can email me, kristen.abell@goodwillky.org, and I can provide more information.
Kristen, this has been great. We
Yes,
have covered a lot of information.
Definitely.
I think folks that are watching our show didn't know about us. We're like one of those good best kept secrets in Hardin County.
Exactly.
But we're going to start getting out and telling folks about it. And again, we've had a lot of successes, but the future looks really bright for us. They're going to put our number up at the end of the show, and I just want to thank you so much for coming and sharing this information.
Definitely.
And you're my boss.
Yes.
We haven't said it.
Yes,
but I'm part of this program, and I am
Yes.
so excited about the opportunity to be the facilitator for Goodwill Works.
Definitely.
Again, we
Yes.
thank you for joining us. I'm Cathy Williamson with Goodwill Works, and we'll talk to you next time.